Hello, everyone, and welcome back to TalkMaster English channel, where English learning is not only about grammar, vocabulary, or memorizing sentences, but also about confidence, communication, emotional growth, and becoming the kind of person who can speak clearly, calmly, and powerfully in real-life situations.
Hi, everyone. I'm Tom. And today's episode is going to feel very different from our usual conversations, because today we are not only talking about speaking English.
Hey, Tom, can I tell you something honestly before we start today's podcast?
Of course, Emily. You suddenly sound emotionally serious today.
Because, honestly, something happened this morning that stayed inside my mind the entire day.
What happened?
At work today, our manager asked a simple question during a meeting, and even though I knew the answer clearly inside my head, I stayed silent again because I became nervous about speaking English in front of everyone.
Honestly, I think many listeners understand that feeling emotionally.
It feels frustrating because later another coworker said almost the same thing I wanted to say, and everybody praised him confidently.
Ouch, that kind of moment hurts quietly inside.
Exactly. And afterward, I kept thinking, why do I always become quiet when I actually have something important to say emotionally?
That question is probably living inside many listeners' hearts right now, too.
Maybe yes, because honestly, I do not think shy English learners are weak or unintelligent.
Very true.
I think many people are simply trapped between fear and communication emotionally.
Wow, that is actually a very powerful way to describe it.
Because inside your mind, you already know the words.
But fear suddenly arrives before the sentence leaves your mouth.
Exactly.
Honestly, Emily, can I tell you something important tonight? Many people misunderstand what leadership communication really means emotionally.
What do you mean?
People imagine leaders as loud, fearless, perfectly fluent speakers who always know exactly what to say.
Yes. Honestly, that is exactly what I imagine emotionally, too.
But real leadership communication is usually much calmer and more human than that.
Really?
Yes, some of the strongest communicators I know were actually very shy people at first emotionally.
Wait, seriously?
Very seriously. Some people become strong communicators because they understand fear deeply. So when they speak, they know how to make other nervous people feel comfortable too.
Wow. I never thought about confidence that way before emotionally.
Because real confidence is not aggressive.
Then what is it?
Calm, warm, clear, honest.
That honestly sounds less scary emotionally.
Exactly. Leadership communication is not about sounding perfect every second. It's about helping conversations move forward in a positive way emotionally.
But honestly, Tom, when I speak English in groups, my brain suddenly stops working emotionally.
Yes, the famous panic brain.
Seriously. Before meetings, I can speak normally inside my head.
And then during the real conversation,
My vocabulary suddenly disappears emotionally like somebody stole it.
fear has very dramatic timing sometimes.
Honestly, today, my hands even became cold during the meeting emotionally.
That is completely normal.
Really?
Emily, years ago, during my first English presentation, I was so nervous emotionally that I accidentally introduced myself twice.
No.
Yes,
Please tell me you're joking.
I wish emotionally. I said, "Hello everyone, my name is Tom," and then 30 seconds later I nervously said, "Hello everyone, my name is Tom."
Oh, no.
And honestly, nobody knew how to react emotionally.
What did people do?
One coworker looked genuinely confused, like he thought a second Tom entered the room.
Stop.
Meanwhile, inside my brain, I was emotionally preparing to disappear forever.
Why does nervousness always create dramatic emotional movies inside the brain?
Because fear loves entertainment emotionally.
Clearly.
But honestly, Emily, that embarrassing moment taught me something important.
What lesson?
People usually remember energy more than small mistakes emotionally. If you stay calm, kind, and genuine, most people quickly forget awkward grammar mistakes or nervous moments.
Really?
Yes, but learners often replay tiny mistakes inside their heads for 3 business days emotionally.
Honestly, yes. Yesterday, I remembered an English mistake from 2023 before sleeping.
See? Meanwhile, the other person probably forgot it after 6 seconds emotionally.
That is painfully true.
Honestly, I think many listeners are too harsh on themselves emotionally during conversations.
Because they want to sound perfect.
Exactly. But perfect communication is not always the most powerful communication emotionally.
Then what kind of communication feels powerful?
Honest communication. Clear communication. Calm communication.
Honestly, that sounds more realistic emotionally.
Because leadership is not performance.
Then what is it?
Connection.
Wow.
Some people speak advanced English beautifully, but emotionally, nobody feels connected to them.
While other people use simple English, but everybody listens carefully emotionally.
Exactly. Because confidence is not only vocabulary emotionally.
Then what creates confidence?
Repeated courage.
Courage?
Speaking even while nervous. Participating even while afraid.
That sounds difficult emotionally.
Of course it is difficult sometimes. But staying silent forever becomes painful too emotionally.
Honestly, yes, because afterward, regret stays inside your mind longer than mistakes emotionally.
Exactly.
Tom, can I ask you something honestly?
Of course.
Do confident people still feel nervous emotionally sometimes?
Absolutely.
Really?
Even experienced speakers feel nervous before important moments emotionally.
Then why do they still appear calm?
Because they stopped expecting themselves to be perfect. They focus more on communication than self-protection emotionally.
Wow, that sentence feels important somehow.
Think about it. Nervous learners often focus only on themselves emotionally.
Like, how do I sound? Am I making mistakes? Do I sound awkward?
Exactly. But strong communicators focus more on helping the conversation emotionally.
Wow.
They think, how can I explain clearly? How can I help this person understand? How can I make this conversation comfortable?
That honestly changes the feeling emotionally.
Exactly. And honestly, Emily, I think many listeners are already more capable than they realize emotionally.
Really?
Yes, sometimes learners mistake nervousness for weakness. But nervousness often means you care deeply emotionally.
Wow.
You care about improving.
You care about communication.
You care about expressing yourself well emotionally.
That is true.
And honestly, some of the strongest future leaders are quiet people right now emotionally.
Why quiet people?
Because quiet people often observe carefully. Think deeply. Listen sincerely.
Those are actually leadership qualities emotionally.
Exactly.
Wow.
The next step is simply learning how to let your voice participate too emotionally.
Honestly, that still sounds scary emotionally.
Growth usually feels scary before it feels normal.
But one day something surprising happens emotionally.
What?
Conversations that once terrified you suddenly feel manageable.
Really?
Yes. And situations that once made your heart panic emotionally slowly become normal daily experiences. But that transformation begins with small, brave moments emotionally.
Small moments?
One sentence during a meeting. One question during class. One opinion during a discussion.
Honestly, those moments feel huge emotionally sometimes.
Because emotionally, they are huge. Every confident speaker once experienced those same nervous moments too emotionally.
Really?
Absolutely. Every confident speaker once experienced those same nervous moments emotionally.
That honestly makes me feel less alone.
Good, because tonight's episode is not about perfect English emotionally.
Then what is it about?
Learning how to speak with courage, calmness, and leadership energy, even while still improving emotionally. And maybe tonight some listeners will finally realize something important emotionally.
What realization?
Their voice already matters more than they think.
Emily, do you remember the small coffee shop near the train station where we studied English together last year?
Of course I remember emotionally. That cafe had the most expensive coffee and the slowest Wi-Fi in human history.
Honestly, yes. Sometimes the internet moved emotionally like an exhausted turtle.
And somehow we still kept going there every weekend.
Because the atmosphere felt comfortable emotionally.
That is true.
Actually, today's story started in that coffee shop.
Really?
Yes, and honestly, that day completely changed the way I viewed confidence and leadership communication emotionally.
Now I am curious.
At that time, I still struggled heavily with speaking English in public emotionally.
Honestly, I cannot imagine you being shy now.
Emily, years ago, I was professionally nervous.
Professionally nervous?
Yes, even ordering coffee emotionally felt like a leadership challenge.
Stop being dramatic.
I'm serious emotionally. One time the cashier asked me, hot or iced, and my brain emotionally stopped functioning.
What did you say?
I panicked and said yes.
Tom.
The cashier looked emotionally confused for several seconds.
Honestly, I would also be confused emotionally.
Meanwhile, inside my brain, I was emotionally writing my resignation letter from society.
Why are your panic stories always so dramatic?
Creative fear creates emotional cinema inside my head.
Clearly.
Anyway, one rainy evening, I went alone to that cafe after work because, honestly, I wanted to practice speaking English by myself quietly. I brought my notebook, headphones, and some English conversation practice materials emotionally.
You looked like a serious student emotionally, probably.
Outside, yes. Inside, emotionally, I was fighting vocabulary for survival. And while I was sitting there practicing quietly, something unexpected happened.
What happened?
A foreign customer entered the cafe and started trying to order coffee in broken Japanese emotionally.
Oh,
The poor cashier looked completely confused emotionally.
that sounds awkward already.
Very awkward. Both people kept smiling nervously while misunderstanding each other emotionally.
Honestly, that situation happens often in real life.
Exactly. And suddenly, the cashier looked around the cafe desperately like she was searching for emotional rescue.
Oh no.
And unfortunately, our eyes accidentally met.
The universe selected you emotionally.
Exactly. Suddenly, she walked toward my table and asked softly, "Excuse me, can you help translate a little?"
Oh no, Tom.
Honestly, Emily, my heart immediately started beating emotionally like dramatic movie background music.
Because suddenly you became responsible for communication emotionally.
Exactly. And inside my brain, fear immediately started screaming, "You are not fluent enough. You will embarrass yourself. You will create international confusion emotionally."
International confusion.
My anxiety always thinks globally emotionally.
Clearly.
But honestly, I also felt something else emotionally during that moment.
What feeling?
I realized both people genuinely needed help. And suddenly, helping became emotionally more important than protecting myself from mistakes.
Wow, that sounds important emotionally.
So even though I still felt nervous, I slowly stood up and walked toward the counter.
Honestly, that already sounds brave emotionally.
It did not feel brave emotionally. It felt terrifying.
Courage usually feels terrifying emotionally.
True.
So what happened next?
I smiled awkwardly and asked the customer in simple English, "Excuse me, maybe I can help a little." And honestly, the customer immediately looked emotionally relieved.
Because finally somebody tried communicating calmly.
Exactly. And then he explained he simply wanted oat milk instead of regular milk emotionally.
Wait, the entire emotional disaster was about oat milk?
Yes.
Humanity survived another international crisis emotionally.
Barely.
Poor cashier.
Honestly, the funniest part came next emotionally.
What happened?
After solving the problem, the foreign customer smiled warmly and started making small conversation with me in English.
Oh no, unexpected conversation extension emotionally.
Exactly. My brain emotionally prepared for collapse. But surprisingly, something strange happened emotionally.
What?
After the first nervous sentences, the conversation slowly became easier and more natural emotionally.
Really?
Yes, we talked about Japan, travel, favorite foods, rainy weather, and funny language mistakes emotionally.
Wow.
And honestly, for the first time, I stopped focusing completely on grammar emotionally.
Then what were you focusing on?
Connection. I focused on understanding and helping the conversation continue naturally emotionally.
That sounds like real communication emotionally.
Exactly. And suddenly, English stopped feeling like an exam emotionally.
Wow.
It started feeling like human interaction emotionally.
That sentence feels very important emotionally.
Because honestly, many learners accidentally treat conversations like grammar competitions emotionally. Meanwhile, real conversations are messy, imperfect, emotional, and human.
Very true emotionally.
People pause,
Forget vocabulary.
misunderstand things,
Laugh awkwardly.
repeat sentences emotionally.
That is actually realistic communication emotionally.
Exactly.
So what happened after the conversation?
Honestly, something small but emotional stayed inside my mind afterward.
What?
Before leaving, the customer smiled and said, "You speak very comfortably."
Wow.
Not perfectly. Not fluently. Comfortably.
That honestly feels deeper emotionally somehow.
Because leadership communication is often about making people feel comfortable emotionally.
Wow.
Calm communication creates trust emotionally. And honestly, that moment changed something inside me emotionally.
What changed?
I stopped obsessing over sounding impressive emotionally.
Then what became important?
Speaking clearly, speaking calmly, helping conversations feel easier emotionally.
That honestly sounds like real confidence emotionally.
Exactly. And honestly, Emily, many listeners probably think leadership means speaking with difficult vocabulary emotionally.
Yes.
But honestly, simple English spoken clearly with calm energy can feel much more powerful emotionally.
Wow.
Because people remember feelings emotionally more than complicated grammar. They remember, this person made me feel comfortable. This person listened carefully. This person stayed calm emotionally.
That sounds like real leadership emotionally.
Exactly. Honestly, this story feels very realistic emotionally.
Because real confidence usually grows during ordinary situations emotionally.
Not dramatic movie speeches.
Exactly.
Sometimes leadership growth begins with something simple emotionally.
Like helping someone order coffee?
Yes. One small conversation can quietly change the way you see yourself emotionally.
Wow.
And honestly, that night, while walking home in the rain emotionally, I realized something important.
What realization?
Maybe confidence is not becoming fearless emotionally. Maybe confidence is simply deciding that connection matters more than embarrassment emotionally.
Wow.
And honestly, that realization changed my communication forever emotionally.
Tom, your coffee shop story honestly reminded me of something emotionally embarrassing that happened to me at the train station last winter.
Oh no. Why do your stories always begin with emotional danger?
Because somehow my life emotionally attracts awkward public situations naturally.
Honestly, that sounds believable.
Excuse me?
Continue your emotionally dangerous story.
Okay, so last winter I was coming home from work very late at night, emotionally. It was cold, raining lightly, and honestly, I was already tired before the situation even started emotionally.
That already sounds like the perfect beginning for chaos, emotionally.
Exactly. And when I arrived at the train station, I noticed a foreign tourist standing near the ticket machine looking completely stressed emotionally.
Ah, the famous Japanese train station confusion.
Honestly, yes. Even local people sometimes look emotionally confused there.
True.
And the tourist kept pressing random buttons while staring emotionally at the map like it contained ancient secrets.
Train maps honestly look emotionally terrifying sometimes.
Very true. And honestly, I immediately wanted to help emotionally.
But let me guess,
Yes, fear immediately entered my brain emotionally.
what if my English becomes terrible suddenly?
Exactly.
What if I accidentally send this tourist to another city emotionally?
Yes. Honestly, my anxiety emotionally acts like every conversation controls international history.
Your brain deserves an award emotionally.
Thank you. Emotionally.
So what did you do?
Honestly, at first I pretended not to notice emotionally.
Ah, yes, the classic, if I walk faster, maybe responsibility disappears strategy.
Exactly. I suddenly became emotionally fascinated by the station floor. But while walking away, I noticed the tourist looked even more stressed emotionally. And honestly, something inside me felt bad emotionally.
Because you wanted to help.
Yes, and suddenly I remembered something you once told me emotionally.
What did I say?
You said, leadership begins when helping becomes more important than fear emotionally.
Wow, I sound wise emotionally sometimes.
Rarely.
Rude emotionally. Okay, continue.
So finally, I turned around, walked slowly, and said in nervous English, "Excuse me, do you need help?"
And honestly, the tourist looked emotionally relieved immediately.
Because simple kindness already reduces stress emotionally.
Exactly. Then he explained he needed to reach a hotel near another station, but could not understand the ticket system emotionally.
Honestly, very understandable.
Yes, and while he explained, something funny happened emotionally.
What happened?
Because I became nervous, my English and Japanese started mixing together accidentally.
Oh no!
My brain emotionally invented new international vocabulary.
Trainu? Honestly, that sounds like anime English emotionally.
The tourist looked emotionally confused, but very polite.
Poor man emotionally entered language experiments.
Exactly. And honestly, for 2 seconds, I considered emotionally running away from society permanently.
Your emotional escape plans appear very quickly during awkward moments.
Survival instincts emotionally.
Clearly.
But then, suddenly, the tourist smiled warmly and said, "It's okay, your English is much better than my Japanese."
Wow!
And honestly, that sentence immediately relaxed me emotionally.
Because suddenly the conversation stopped feeling like a test emotionally.
Exactly. It became two humans trying to communicate kindly emotionally.
Which is what real English communication actually is emotionally.
Yes, and afterward, the conversation became surprisingly natural emotionally.
Really?
Yes, I spoke slowly, used simple English, repeated sentences sometimes, and pointed at maps emotionally.
Real communication strategies emotionally.
Exactly. And honestly, it worked.
Wow!
But honestly, the most emotional moment happened afterward.
What happened?
Before entering the train, the tourist smiled warmly and said, "Thank you, you explained very calmly." Not perfect English, calmly.
Calmly.
Yes.
Wow!
And honestly, that word stayed inside my mind all night.
Because calm communication feels powerful emotionally.
Exactly.
Honestly, Emily, calmness is one of the most underrated communication skills emotionally.
Many nervous learners focus only on grammar emotionally.
True.
But calm energy often influences conversations even more emotionally.
Wow.
Think about it. If somebody speaks perfect English but creates emotional tension, conversations feel uncomfortable.
Very true.
Meanwhile, somebody using simple English calmly can make people feel safe emotionally.
Honestly, that sounds like leadership emotionally.
Because it is leadership. Because strong communicators help reduce confusion emotionally. They make situations feel easier emotionally.
Wow.
And honestly, Emily, during that train station moment, you were already communicating like a leader emotionally.
Even while inventing words like trainu?
Emotional leadership with anime vocabulary.
Please stop emotionally bullying me.
Impossible emotionally. But honestly, listeners should remember something important from your story tonight emotionally.
What lesson?
Communication becomes much easier when you stop trying to impress people emotionally. And start trying to help people instead.
Wow.
Because fear usually focuses inward emotionally.
Like, how do I sound? What if I make mistakes? What if people judge me?
Exactly. But leadership communication focuses outward emotionally.
outward.
How can I help? How can I explain clearly? How can I make this situation comfortable emotionally?
Honestly, that completely changes the emotional feeling of conversations.
Exactly. And honestly, Emily, your train station story proves something important emotionally.
What?
Simple English, spoken with kindness and calmness, can already help people deeply emotionally.
Wow.
Which means your voice already has value emotionally right now,
Even while still improving?
especially while improving emotionally.
Emily, after your train station story, I honestly think listeners are starting to notice something emotionally important about you.
What?
Every time you become nervous emotionally, you still eventually choose courage anyway.
Honestly, it never feels brave emotionally during the moment.
Real courage rarely feels comfortable emotionally.
That is true.
But honestly, I think the biggest turning point in your confidence journey happened several months later emotionally.
Wait, are you talking about that meeting?
Yes.
Oh no, emotionally.
Dear listeners, Emily is already emotionally stressed just remembering it.
Because honestly, that meeting changed me emotionally forever.
And honestly, I think this story may help many shy listeners emotionally tonight. Because this was the first time I truly saw you speak like a leader emotionally.
Honestly, that sentence still sounds strange emotionally.
It should not. So tell everyone what happened emotionally.
Okay, so several months after the train station situation, our company suddenly started preparing for an international project emotionally. And because some foreign clients would join online meetings, everybody became emotionally serious overnight.
Ah, yes. Companies emotionally transform when international clients appear.
Exactly. Suddenly, everybody started speaking business English emotionally.
Which honestly sometimes sounds like normal English wearing a necktie emotionally.
That is painfully accurate.
Continue.
So, one morning, our manager announced something emotionally terrifying.
What terrifying announcement.
He said, "Next week, somebody must introduce our team during the international meeting."
Ah,
And honestly, the entire room suddenly became emotionally quiet.
the dangerous silence emotionally.
Exactly. Everybody suddenly looked deeply interested in laptops, notebooks, coffee cups, literally anything except eye contact emotionally. And meanwhile, inside my mind, I emotionally prayed, "Please, universe, not me."
And naturally, the universe ignored you emotionally.
Completely.
What happened?
My manager suddenly looked at me and said, "Emily, your communication style feels calm and friendly. Maybe you can do it."
Wow.
Tom, emotionally, my soul left my body. Honestly, I could physically feel panic emotionally entering my bloodstream.
What did you say?
I smiled nervously and emotionally betrayed myself by saying, "Okay, I can try."
Wait, you volunteered emotionally?
Apparently, panic Emily makes dangerous decisions emotionally.
Incredible emotionally.
Honestly, after the meeting ended, I immediately regretted existing emotionally. Because suddenly my brain started imagining disaster after disaster emotionally.
Such as?
Forgetting vocabulary. Mispronouncing simple words emotionally. Accidentally introducing the wrong company emotionally.
Honestly, your anxiety deserves a movie contract emotionally.
My brain loves emotional drama.
Clearly.
And during the following week, I practiced constantly emotionally.
Serious practice?
Very serious. I practiced while cooking emotionally, while showering emotionally. One time, I accidentally started practicing aloud inside a convenience store emotionally.
No.
Yes. Please explain emotionally. I was repeating introduction sentences quietly to myself emotionally, but suddenly I realized the cashier was staring at me emotionally. Honestly, that cashier probably thought you were emotionally leading a noodle conference.
Please stop emotionally attacking me.
Impossible emotionally.
So finally, meeting day arrived emotionally.
Yes. And honestly, I barely slept the night before emotionally.
Understandable.
That morning, my hands felt cold emotionally again.
Nervous English hands return emotionally.
Exactly.
So what happened when the meeting started?
Honestly, at first, I could barely focus emotionally because my heart was beating so loudly inside my chest. And while waiting for my turn emotionally, I kept thinking, what if everybody notices I am nervous?
Classic fear emotionally.
Then suddenly, my manager smiled and said, "Okay, Emily, please begin."
The emotionally dangerous sentence.
Very dangerous emotionally.
So you stood up?
Yes. And honestly, when I looked around the room emotionally, everybody suddenly seemed more professional, more fluent, and more confident than me.
Fear always makes other people look emotionally powerful.
Exactly.
So what did you do?
Honestly, I remembered something important emotionally.
What?
I remembered our earlier conversations emotionally. About calm communication. About helping people feel comfortable emotionally.
Wow.
And suddenly, I realized something emotionally important.
What realization?
The meeting was not about performing perfect English emotionally. It was about helping people understand our team clearly and comfortably emotionally.
Wow.
And honestly, that realization changed everything emotionally.
What happened next?
Instead of trying to sound impressive emotionally, I focused on speaking slowly and clearly. I smiled naturally. I explained simple things simply emotionally.
Which is actually very difficult emotionally.
Really?
Yes, clear communication is harder than complicated communication emotionally sometimes.
Wow.
So how did the meeting go?
Honestly, surprisingly well emotionally.
Really?
Yes, I still made small mistakes emotionally.
Of course.
I repeated one sentence twice emotionally.
Normal.
And once I forgot a vocabulary word emotionally.
What did you do?
I explained the idea using simpler English emotionally.
That is real communication emotionally. Strong communicators solve problems calmly emotionally instead of panicking.
Wow.
So what happened after your introduction?
Honestly, something unexpected emotionally.
What?
The foreign clients smiled warmly and started responding very comfortably emotionally. The atmosphere became relaxed emotionally instead of tense.
Because your calmness emotionally influenced the room.
Wow.
Communication energy spreads emotionally.
Honestly, I never understood that before emotionally.
Strong leaders emotionally create emotional safety during conversations. They reduce tension emotionally.
Wow.
So what happened after the meeting ended?
Honestly, something small emotionally changed inside me forever.
What changed?
For the first time emotionally, I stopped seeing myself as the shy person who cannot speak English confidently.
Wow.
Because honestly, I did speak.
Yes.
Nervously,
Yes.
imperfectly,
Yes.
but successfully emotionally.
Exactly.
And afterward, my manager told me something emotionally important.
What did he say?
He smiled and said, "You explain things very clearly. People feel comfortable listening to you."
Wow.
Honestly, that sentence stayed inside my heart emotionally for weeks.
Because deep down emotionally, that is the kind of communicator you wanted to become. Not perfect. Not dramatic emotionally. Calm, helpful, clear emotionally.
Wow.
And honestly, listeners should remember something important emotionally tonight.
What lesson?
Leadership communication is not about becoming the loudest person emotionally.
Then what creates leadership?
Helping people feel calm, understood, and comfortable emotionally.
Wow.
And honestly, simple English spoken with sincerity can already do that emotionally.
Wow, Tom. Honestly, tonight's stories feel very emotional to me somehow.
Me too, emotionally.
Because I think many listeners probably saw parts of themselves inside these situations emotionally.
Very true.
The nervous meeting moments,
The fear before speaking,
the awkward mistakes emotionally.
the overthinking after conversations emotionally.
Honestly, I think many English learners quietly carry these emotions every single day.
Yes. And unfortunately, many people believe confidence belongs only to naturally outgoing people emotionally.
But tonight's stories honestly prove something very different emotionally.
Real confidence usually grows slowly through uncomfortable moments emotionally. One conversation at a time.
One mistake at a time.
One brave sentence at a time emotionally.
And honestly, Tom, before these experiences happened, I always imagined leadership communication as something very dramatic emotionally.
Like movie speeches emotionally?
Exactly. Perfect grammar, powerful voice, zero nervousness emotionally.
Meanwhile, real leadership usually looks much quieter emotionally. Calm communication,
Careful listening.
helping people feel comfortable emotionally.
Honestly, I think that realization changed me emotionally.
Me too, emotionally.
Because now I understand something important emotionally.
What realization?
Leadership is not about sounding more important than other people emotionally.
Wow.
It is about making communication feel easier and safer emotionally.
That is actually a beautiful definition emotionally. And honestly, many shy learners already have leadership qualities emotionally without realizing it.
Really?
Yes, quiet people often listen carefully emotionally. Observe deeply. Think sincerely before speaking emotionally.
Those are actually valuable communication skills emotionally.
Exactly.
But fear keeps many people silent emotionally.
Because they believe, my English is not good enough. My accent sounds strange emotionally. People will judge my mistakes.
Honestly, I used to think those things constantly emotionally.
Most learners do emotionally sometimes.
But now I realize something important emotionally.
What?
People usually remember emotional energy more than tiny grammar mistakes emotionally.
Very true.
Nobody remembers every small mistake emotionally.
But people do remember how conversations made them feel emotionally. Calm,
Encouraged.
comfortable emotionally.
Understood.
Exactly.
Honestly, tonight I hope listeners understand something emotionally important.
What message?
Your English does not need to become perfect before your voice becomes valuable emotionally.
Wow.
Because even simple English can already help people emotionally. Encourage people emotionally.
Build friendships emotionally.
Solve problems emotionally.
Create opportunities emotionally.
Honestly, that realization changed the way I view communication emotionally.
Me too, emotionally.
Because before, I thought English was only about vocabulary and grammar emotionally.
But now?
Now, I think communication is also emotional energy emotionally.
Wow.
Calmness,
Sincerity.
kindness emotionally.
Courage emotionally.
And honestly, courage does not mean feeling fearless emotionally.
Very true.
Sometimes courage simply means speaking while your heart still feels nervous emotionally. Speaking even while overthinking emotionally. Continuing even after awkward moments emotionally.
Because honestly, awkward moments happen to everybody emotionally.
Even confident people?
Especially confident people emotionally.
Really?
The difference is, emotionally experienced communicators stop treating small mistakes like disasters emotionally.
Wow.
They recover calmly emotionally and continue naturally.
Honestly, I still replay awkward conversations inside my head emotionally sometimes.
I think every human being emotionally does that before sleeping.
Why does the brain suddenly remember embarrassing moments at midnight emotionally?
Honestly, the human brain enjoys emotional suffering sometimes. But seriously, emotionally, listeners should remember something tonight.
What?
One awkward moment does not define your communication ability emotionally.
One mistake does not destroy your progress emotionally. And one nervous conversation does not mean you are weak emotionally.
Wow.
Growth often looks messy emotionally while it is happening.
That honestly feels comforting emotionally.
Good, because many learners emotionally expect growth to feel smooth and confident immediately.
But real growth feels uncomfortable emotionally sometimes.
Exactly. And honestly, Emily, your meeting story taught something beautiful emotionally tonight.
Really?
Yes.
What lesson?
Confidence is not becoming a different person emotionally. It is slowly becoming comfortable with your real voice emotionally,
Wow.
your natural communication style emotionally, your calmness emotionally, your personality emotionally.
Honestly, that feels more peaceful emotionally.
Because real confidence should feel natural emotionally, not fake. And honestly, maybe some listeners tonight still feel shy emotionally.
Maybe they still avoid conversations emotionally.
Maybe they still stay silent during meetings or classes emotionally.
Maybe fear still controls their voice emotionally.
If that is you tonight, please remember something carefully emotionally.
Your current fear is not your final future emotionally.
Wow.
Confidence can grow emotionally.
Communication can improve emotionally,
Your voice can become stronger emotionally,
even slowly emotionally.
especially slowly emotionally.
Because lasting confidence usually grows quietly emotionally.
One brave moment at a time.
One real conversation at a time emotionally.
And honestly, one day you may suddenly realize something surprising emotionally.
What realization?
Situations that once terrified you emotionally now feel normal emotionally.
Wow.
Conversations that once made your heart panic emotionally suddenly feel manageable emotionally.
Because repeated courage slowly changes identity emotionally. And honestly, maybe tonight's episode is the beginning of that change for somebody emotionally.
I hope so, emotionally.
Me too, emotionally.
So, dear listeners, thank you so much for spending this emotional time with us tonight on TalkMaster English Channel.
We truly hope today's stories helped you feel less alone emotionally during your English journey.
And before we finish tonight, let us leave everyone with one final message, emotionally.
Speak slowly if necessary, emotionally.
Speak imperfectly if necessary, emotionally.
But please keep speaking emotionally,
Because your voice already matters emotionally,
even while still improving emotionally.
especially while improving emotionally.
Goodbye, everyone.
Keep learning
Keep growing emotionally.
and keep speaking English with courage every single day.
Because simple English, spoken sincerely.
Can already sound like leadership emotionally.
See you next time on TalkMaster English Channel.